PGGM is a very large investor. We have 85 billion assets under management. We invest in all asset categories, but we also invest in all parts of the world. And from that perspective, you could say that we really earn a tiny bit of the full economy. And that means that we really have to take into account the interaction and the effect of any factors, also ESG factors, on the overall economy and the impact on our portfolio. We think that it's very consistent with the fiduciary duty. The fiduciary duty says that we have to provide a good and affordable pension. But our members have asked us not only to provide them with a good and affordable pension, but also with a responsible pension. So it's in the basis, in the core of what our members expect from us, and we think that is our fiduciary duty. To take this into account and to take this seriously and to think about the future world we live in and to think about the impact that it has on the investment profile of our portfolio.
We believe that if institutional investors are not looking at environmental, social and corporate governance issues, particularly from a risk perspective, then we're failing our fiduciary duties. In other words, we believe that it's integral to the fiduciary duty that we carry, that our trustees carry.
We're all stakeholders in this world, and of course with climate change, we cannot separate our sectoral or national or continental interests from each other. So there are some really big issues, and we and the insurance industry, as institutional investors, the insurance industry, the banks, are right at the forefront of all this, because we are going to deal with developing the new templates for sustainability. As the world economy changes with the move towards India, above all China, as being the great economic powers of this century, then the focus of our investments will change, and they will pose to us a whole range of corporate governance, management style issues, environmental issues, human rights issues, labour issues and civil issues that we've never even dreamt of so far. I mean, China could be faced with an increasingly serious shortage of water because of climate change. And so its potential as an economic power may well be circumscribed by the problems that industrialisation throughout the whole world has caused in terms of climate change. We know that in Brazil, the Philippines, Indonesia, the forestry has been cleared to produce material for biofuels, yet there's a world shortage of food. There's a point of view that says we should very heavily invest in biofuels, but the bulk, as far as I can see, the bulk of future production for biofuels, the danger is that it's either going to come from those parts of the world where people are already hungry, or, as in the case of Brazil, it could be the Amazonian rainforest, the lungs of the world that are being burnt down, more carbon released into the atmosphere, in order to create the agricultural infrastructure to produce the biofuel materials. So each action that we make in one area, there's a far greater understanding nowadays that that one action may have a chain effect, and that the whole global economy and our food production, our climate, is all absolutely interlinked with each other. And the difficulty is going to be, what is the responsibility of investors? What is the responsibility of government? What are the responsibilities of intergovernmental organisations? And somehow or another, we have to try and assist each other through all of this, and to maintain the integrity of our own organisations and our fiduciary responsibilities while looking after all of our stakeholders, because we're all stakeholders in this much bigger entity.
I think importantly, from a US perspective, all of this is work in progress. We spent a number of years looking at how to make the market work better, how to get better information on these issues from both companies, but also how to get the market handling this information better.
Everyone has to pick up their specific role, has to make sure that it fits to the identity of their fund and to what is important for their organization, and take their role from that perspective. And if we all do, then we'll end up in a better industry.